Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? I hope you all are doing great. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. I do appreciate you, okay? Today we'll be making Ofeakwu Banga stew, Banga soup, whatever you call it, but the one with which you eat white rice, white yam, and all those good stuffs, okay? So guys, remember my Niger haul video where I showed us some palm fruits that were brought to me from Niger? Remember? Yes. Sorry guys, it took me so long to make this video. Yeah, in this video I'll be showing you how I made banga stew with fresh akwu. I have one already made with banga paste, okay? But this one we're going to be making it the proper Niger way, okay? Come on guys, let me show you. And if you want to also know how I preserve the alcohol for the past 2 months or so, keep on watching. So guys, first of all, this is the alcohol I showed you sometime in December. Yes, how I preserved it was simple. I just parboiled it and put in this nylon and dropped in my freezer until now. Normally I should have used a Ziploc bag, yeah, but on that very day I was in such a hurry that I didn't even think straight. Yes, so but it's still fine. You can see it's still fresh as it was, okay? Yeah, so from here I'm just gonna put some water and just boil the apple, the palm fruits until it's well cooked. I will show you how you will know that it's ready, okay? It's been cooking for about 15-20, just somewhere between 15 and 25 minutes. Yeah, and this is how you know it's ready. You will see these cracks on the body. Yeah, at this point the fruit will also be soft. Okay, yeah, at this point you will know that your alcohol is ready. So guys, we'll move ahead with the next stage, which is to extract the juice from the palm fruits. Okay, I don't have a mortar, but a mortar would have made your work very easy. Yeah, but I'm not using a lot of alcohol, so it's not going to be too much work for me. Yeah, but if you have mortar, please use that. Okay, I'm gonna be using my hand to massage and extract the juice from this apple. Okay, yeah, it's not a problem for me because I'm used to that. But if you're making this for the first time or you're not so used to this process, please use a mortar. That makes the job a lot easier. Okay, yeah, but what I'm basically doing is extract just the massage the fruits and get the skin, the juice from the fruits out. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be using warm water, very warm water. Okay, it makes the work simpler. It makes the juice easier to be extracted. Oyibo. So guys, and we want to be careful not to use a lot of water so that we don't end up with watery sauce. Okay, yes, as you can see, I'm just adding water to that first set for the second time, and the same water I rinsed out from it I'll be using for the next batch, just like that. I'll make sure that the water is thick and not so watery, if you get what I mean. Yes, since we're not going to be using any other kind of thickener for this soup, we need to be careful. So the second batch is almost done. You can see how thick that water is. Yeah, that's how thick you want it to be. Right now I'm in the last stage, guys. I'm just doing last rinse just to make sure I'm not leaving any of my juice behind. Okay, yes, so I'll just rinse it for the last time and take off the chaff and the nuts, the palm kernels, yeah, and then we'll just move ahead with the rest of the process. Okay, by the way, I know I've said this in one of my videos before. Do you know that the palm tree is one tree, one cash crop that nothing from it ever wastes? Like, every single thing on the palm tree is useful. If you doubt that, let's discuss it in the comment section. Okay, name a part and I'll tell you what it's used for. See you there. So now that we have our base for the stew, I will go ahead and introduce you to the rest of our ingredients. Okay, we'll be needing this stockfish here, and here I have some dry fish that I have washed and kept aside. I'll be using enough onions and pepper. This is one food you can't miss onions and pepper in. Some crayfish. I have ogiri okpei here. Yeah, I'll be using the much you can see blended already. And I just have my diced spring onions just for garnishing. You can skip that, okay? And I have my 2 Maggi cubes. I prefer that brand for this recipe. And then salt. So guys, to get our stockfish cooking, I'm gonna throw it into that our sauce, like the juice from the palm fruits, yeah, so that it will cook at the same time as the palm fruit juice. I don't know what to call that. Yeah, but basically it's just to get it cooking ahead of time, since it takes more time to cook than any other thing we are using. Okay, so I'll cover it and let it cook, making sure to check on it every now and then. After about 15 minutes or thereabout, you can see there's a little bit of oil on the top. Yeah, this just did not produce as much oil as the palm paste, you know, the already store-bought palm paste, you know. It has a lot more oil than this fresh fruit. Yeah, so at this point I added my already cooked meat, yeah, and then my fish. I didn't break up these two because I wanted to have it whole in the soup, but I have the other ones I broke up, as you can see here. So I'll mix that in, and then from here we'll just go ahead and garnish. You can see how thick that is. Yeah, it's not watery at all. I'm going to be adding my crayfish at this point. I'll be adding the ogiri okpei and the stock cube I showed you earlier. I already crushed it because, guys, it's really hard to crush. I don't know, maybe it's the cold that has gotten it so congealed. Yes, guys. So next we're going to be adding our diced onions and fresh peppers. This is one food I like to have a lot of onions and pepper in, you know. So at this point I'll add some salt. There's one special ingredient I forgot to mention to you guys, and I never miss it in my Ofeakwu. Just didn't know what happened this time around, but I did add it at the end, and I will tell you what it is then, okay? But if you can guess it right now, hint me in the comment section, okay? Meanwhile, I covered it and allowed it to cook down for about 10 minutes, good 10 minutes or so. I'll basically be checking it and until the stew comes together and feels thicker than it is. And by the way, how thick your stew will be depends on your taste and liking, okay? If you prefer it light, good for you, but if you want it thick, then you just watch and see until you are satisfied. At this point, guys, I'm gonna add my other spices. This is optional as well, but I just needed a little bit of curry powder, a little bit of paprika, and a little bit of my all-purpose seasoning, like my mixed spices. I also at this point added a little bit more salt before I covered it and allowed it to cook down once again for an additional, say, 5-6 minutes. And at this point it felt so good, like thick enough for me. And I'll go ahead to add the veggies. I didn't show us these veggies earlier because they are the frozen types and we needed to add it frozen. That's our scent leaf, is fresh but frozen. And then our ugu leaves, yeah, fresh also but frozen. Okay, so I added like a handful of the scent leaf, and then I'll be adding a handful of the ugu as well. If you want more, you can add, but I'm mixing my ugu, okay? So I covered it and allowed it to simmer again. That's the special ingredient, ehuru. I don't miss this in my Ofeakwu, but just a little bit. Don't go overboard with it or you won't like it, okay? I used about half a teaspoon, I think. So at this point, look at that stew. It's all come together. The consistency is just perfect, and I just gave it one last mix, guys. Finally, I confirmed from this recipe that Ofeakwu is never Ofeakwu until you make it with fresh fruits. Yeah, but when you can't find the fresh ones, what do? So once this one finishes, we'll go back to our palm paste. At this point, guys, we'll just garnish. And like I said, this is optional. I just want that extra crunch and extra onions in this soup, okay? So we're done cooking at this point. It's ready. So finally we'll test for salt and be sure that everything is as it should be. Just look at the much oil that came from this. Not a lot compared to the palm paste. Wow. And guys, that's it. We're done cooking and this was absolutely delicious. We had it with white rice. Feel free to enjoy it with spaghetti, with white yam, boiled or fried, with potatoes. There's a lot you can enjoy this with, okay? And without wasting much of our time, I want to say thank you so much for hanging on with me. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like this recipe, okay? Do have a beautiful day.